Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. I'm also apparently a fucking pissant, cunt, asshole, coward. There's a few other choice words for me. Who would, who would have such a large vocabulary to direct in my direction? None other than Gareth Skarka. Now, Gareth is probably best known for Far West and his failure to deliver. And apparently he's getting really upset that anybody is holding him to task, and that anybody being me. So on Facebook yesterday, he ranted in a bit about me, and I guess my post on the blog side about his uh, beginning of the year update and his look back on 2018 and what he accomplished. I could have walked away, but I haven't. I'm still working. I'm gonna interject right now. He took in what, damn near $50,000 for Far West back in the summer of 2017. Not 2017, 2011. Duh. It was due at the end of 2011. How's that for a kick? And here we are, 7+ years later, and it's still not complete. Still not. Now, apparently, Gareth wants a cookie and a slap in the back for working on a project for 7 years. You don't deserve a cookie. You don't deserve a slap in the back. I'm still delivering. You've claimed that you were going to deliver. Let's see how many due dates that he has apparently put up. According to the list at mutedhorn.net, I will link this. 73 times over those 7 years, he has talked about when it was going to be due, when it was going to finally show up, when you were going to finally get it as a backer. 73 fucking times. But yes, he's still delivering. I'm sure. And that should count for something. Yeah, working on something for 7 years that you told us would take you 5 months should count for something. But I don't see you really working on it. But okay, Gareth. But to fucking pissants like Tenkar, it doesn't. No, it doesn't, because you've broken your own word so many times. See, here, I think this is what pisses off Gareth so much, is that I quote him. I show his quotes, I show his updates, they're everywhere. And I show, look, he said it's going to be done next week. Well, that was like years ago. So he is upset that I hold him to his own words, his own promises. But let's go on. Flat out, if I ever see the cunt in person, dude, I'm married to an Irish American woman. I hang out in an Irish pub, and hey, I was a cop for 20 years. I've been called a lot worse. But if I ever see the cunt in person, I'm probably getting arrested for punching him in the fucking throat. Threats of violence are always a sign that somebody is, I don't know, uneducated, possibly unstable, but certainly someone who is more upset at themselves and their failure to produce, and they have somebody point the finger at them. Yes, I point the finger, Gareth. I gladly do. But since the little asshole is a coward, that's unlikely to ever happen. Gareth, here, I'll list the cons I'm going to be at if you really are that interested. Total Con, Gary Con, North Texas, Gamehole, and Shire Con. So those are the cons I'll be at this year, 2019. If you wish to, and this looks like you want to, pull a sneak attack, and punch me in the throat. Yeah, You will get arrested because I will fucking press charges. Dude, I was a cop for 20 years. I always tell people to press charges over this shit. So yes, you'll get arrested. You can take the shot, man. I'll gladly take it. Shot to my throat, successful. That's probably a felonious assault. So it's not a slap on the wrist. No, I would talk about suing you in that case too, but we both know you don't have the money. All right, let's move on. I'm done apologizing for being late. It's a fucking game, people. It's not life or death. Here's the deal, Gareth. You've been working on other franchises, Star Trek, I think Star Wars. Sometimes underneath your pseudonym, Michael Brophy, or Brody, or whatever the fuck it was. Now, you've been doing this because you didn't want people to know it was you working on a project, but you were still getting paid, or the publisher didn't want your name associated with their project because of the backlash, because you've taken not just over, well, I guess 7.5 years in funding, but not only are you 7 years late, you constantly pretty much insult your community for any of us wanting to get what we paid for. That's not my fault. Okay. Your lateness is not my fault, but I will remind people that you are late. Yes, I will remind people of the promises that you have made multiple times, dozens of times. We'll probably hit 100 before we see anything. Now, I think that the issue here is not so much that Gareth is not capable of completing this project. I think the issue is, now, let me preface this with, I'm mostly talking out of my ass, but the monies were raised 7 years ago, over 7 years ago. He has talked, Gareth has talked about having somebody, a secret funder, secret source that's going to help him print the books, which means if you need money to print the books and you raised just under 50,000, okay, and you had people like me who paid 150 so we could get our portrait, my horrible portrait there. If you don't have the money to print the books, the money's been spent otherwise. Now, I should add, since we're talking, Gareth, that my understanding is that your artist, the one that you complained walked away from the project and left you in such a lurch fairly early on, Rick Hershey, he left because you were not paying. And that when you received money from other projects, you paid, I guess, your current crop of artists, but you never paid Rick. Now, I got this from multiple, which means 2 or more sources that I've met at conventions that are in that circle of publishers, artists. Now, I can't confirm it, and Rick could, I'm sure, but I don't know if he's talking publicly about your dispute. But I'd just like to say that if you could not pay Rick right after the project funded, where was the money going? You can answer that, right? Again, you are upset not because of what I say, Gareth. You are upset because I take your words and I show people what you said. And that makes you upset. And you're upset that you're over 7 years past your deadline. I'd be upset too. But hey, threatening physical violence, not cool. Calling me names, dude, whatever. I've been called worse. Until you're like an 80-year-old lady who can walk into my face with your hot breath and call me a fucking piece of shit. At a protest, you can't hold a candle. But you want to threaten physical violence? Not good. Not good. You can call me a coward, dude, but yeah, I'm not gonna travel out to, I don't know, where do you live? Iowa? To Say, hi, Gareth. I understand you'd like to punch me in the throat. No. You want to come to New York? I'll gladly sit down with you for a couple of beers and a pub brunch. And you want to take a swing after that? Make it count, dude. Make it count. All right. I'm going to do a follow up on this on the blog side later on today. I will include lots of links because Gareth loves links, right? Gareth loves the ability for people to catch up on his stuff. And I will insert that into the notes for this episode later on today, but it won't be here initially. I'm sorry. I'll put a link to Far West, though, my Far West blog post, so you can see what I've been posting, like I said. Oh, and I'm going to include a link directly to the missed update, the missed deadlines that Gareth has constantly been updating. So, on that note, Gareth, thank you. No, I mean really, thank you, because this is awesome. You're showing your true colors. You are a man of emotion, and I respect that, but it's not good business sense. But hey, 7 years late on a project that you took $50,000 from people and have yet to produce the project, yeah, it doesn't show good business sense either. All right, folks. On that note, I'm going to wish everybody to stay safe, stay healthy. I'm still got other shit going on. I sound like Gareth. God bless. Be well. I will talk with you all tomorrow. Later, folks.